Welcome to Kidmissing TV. This is the case of Jennifer Lynn Pandos. Her brother Stephen did a 4-part docu-series about his sister's disappearance on the night of February 10th, 1987. She was just 15. He was in college. A note was left that read in part, "Your daughter's with me. She's fine. She's having some problems and needs time away. I'm fine. I just need time to think. Both of you please go to work tomorrow because I will try to call you. I won't call you at home, only at one of y'all's work. Do not call the police. I can easily find out if you do. I may never come back home. Don't tell my friends about this. Just tell them that I'm sick." And she was reported as a runaway. Originally, her brother wanted to sue his parents for wrongful death because he felt that his father killed his sister and his mother knew it. As you go through the docuseries, you realize that there is a better suspect. Also, some experts, handwriting is one of those voodoo sciences that I just don't think is accurate. Bite mark analysis, handwriting, it's junk science as far as I'm concerned. Said the mother probably wrote it. Now they're saying the boyfriend wrote it. Anyway, she had been off and on dating a senior named Tony Tobler, Tobler, and she even had an abortion for him, which I can't even imagine. I can't imagine that at any age. Wouldn't do it. But at 15, no. And her parents did everything the letter said, except they did contact the police within a day or so, and they did not put money in her bank account as requested, which was probably smart. Although it is a way to trace whoever wrote the letter, because they might go and try to take the money out. It had been reported that somehow Jennifer's father had the original police report and the letter and all of that. Well, it turns out, first of all, the police never took the original letter. They made copies of it. Hello? What the actual hell? Why would you not do that? To dust it for fingerprints and send it for all whatever analyses you do? The ink, or look and see what was written on the page, the page that was on the top of it, what was imprinted on it, all that stuff could have been done. But you didn't take the original. The police dropped the ball here on multiple fronts. Then, as I mentioned, it was said that the parents had the full police report. No, they didn't. The police had it. They just lost it. And all of a sudden, miraculously, they find it where they had been, searching for years. I'm sorry, where was that file? If it wasn't in their police files, and all of a sudden appeared. I'm going to have a hard time convicting anybody because of any kind of chain of custody, because there isn't one. So it appears that the prime suspect, or not prime suspect, but the prime person of interest is the on-again, off-again boyfriend, who was also dating another young lady at the time who he married. And they did interview him and her. Not that it was all that helpful, in my opinion, in the docuseries, which was called Burden of Proof. The parents are no longer under a cloud of suspicion. See, it was thought that the father did something to her in a spate of anger because he had gone in her room and said, "Look, get off the phone," because she'd been on the phone past phone curfew. That was a thing back then. We had a certain time that we couldn't be on the phone past. We all did, as teenagers back then. And yes, I was a teenager. I was 13. So, and she said, "Yeah, Ronald," or whatever, and called him by name. And her brother always thought that he flipped out and hit her, and she ended up dead. They panicked and got rid of her body, but it's looking less and less like that, because it's looking more and more like the boyfriend had something to do with it. Excuse me. Again, they're saying that cadaver dogs said there had been a body under the house. I don't trust them. I have seen too many times where cadaver dogs supposedly hit, and I think it's more the handlers than the dogs. The handlers reading of the dogs and the dogs making mistakes. Excuse me. I think people are being way too hard on the parents. Like I said, in the beginning I thought they were guilty of sin, but as you watch and you see things progress, I think the boyfriend is definitely the best person of interest, and he is currently the prime person of interest. Unfortunately, like I said, with all of the problems with chain of custody, it would be very difficult unless you found the body. Now, do I necessarily believe it's in a barrel of acid? No. I think it was big talk between a couple of buddies driving to work together. But do I think he did something to her? I think it's better likely than not. It's more likely than not that that's what happened and they wrote the note together. The note also asked for money to be put in her account, which was not done, which could have traced if someone went and took the money out, but it wasn't done. And also her doctor's appointment was not canceled, which I don't know about back then, but nowadays that costs you money. If you don't show up at a doctor's appointment and you haven't canceled it within a certain period of time. within 24 hours or so of the doctor's appointment. So that would mean her parents would have had to pay for the appointment, or at least pay a cancellation charge or whatever, however it was done. Excuse me. Excuse me. So yeah, I firmly believe that we're looking at a boyfriend that she'd had an abortion for. He was with her and the girl he's now married to at the same time. Back and forth at the same time. He was a creep. Probably still is, in terms of juggling. That's just my observation. Doesn't make it completely accurate, but that's my observation of the situation. If you have any information, you can call NCMEC, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, at 1-800-THE-LOST. I think that's it, other than the letter was written in a real childish way if you read the excerpts. And again, I would highly encourage you to watch the 4-part series, come to your own conclusions. I will put a link to it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe. I'm sorry. Subscribe if you are new. Hit the subscribe button and that bell to help us get to 500 by Christmas and 100 on Punky's World by Christmas. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you and have a wonderful rest of your day.